hello?
Hey, listen, it happened again. This time there was a woman named Emily who had always dreamed of living in a treehouse. After years of saving up and planning, she finally built her dream treehouse deep in the woods. It was a beautiful and secluded place, surrounded by tall trees and the sound of nature. Emily spent many happy days and nights in her treehouse, enjoying the peace and solitude of the woods. But one dark and stormy night, something changed. As the wind howled and the rain beat against the roof of her treehouse, Emily felt a sense of unease creeping over her. She tried to shake it off, telling herself that it was just the storm making her feel jumpy. But as the night wore on, she became increasingly certain that she was not alone in the woods. She heard strange noises outside the treehouse, as if someone or something was moving through the underbrush. She tried to convince herself that it was just an animal, but deep down, she knew it was something more sinister. Finally, in the dead of night, Emily heard a scratching sound at the base of her tree. She peered out the window and saw a pair of glowing eyes staring back at her in the darkness. Terrified, she realized that she was being watched by some kind of creature. It was tall and thin, with long arms and a twisted, contorted face. It seemed to be grinning at her, its teeth gleaming in the moonlight. Emily screamed and tried to run, but the creature was too fast. It climbed up the tree and into her treehouse, its clawed hands reaching out to grab her. In that moment, Emily realized that her dream had become a nightmare. She was trapped in her treehouse with a monster, and there was no escape. Emily's heart raced as she tried to think of a way out. She looked around the small treehouse, searching for anything she could use as a weapon or a tool to defend herself. But the creature was too quick, too agile. It darted around her, taunting her with its guttural laughter and its twisted features. Emily felt a sense of dread wash over her as she realized that there was no way to fight it off. She crouched in the corner of the treehouse, trembling with fear as the creature approached her. It reached out a long, bony finger and traced it along her cheek, its eyes gleaming with a sinister light. Emily screamed and tried to push it away, but it was too strong. It grabbed her by the hair and dragged her out of the treehouse, into the woods below. The rain pounded down on Emily's face as the creature carried her deeper into the woods. She could hear its rasping breath and its low, menacing growl as it stalked through the underbrush. Finally, it stopped in a clearing, throwing Emily to the ground. She lay there, gasping for air as the creature circled her, its eyes gleaming with malevolent delight. Emily knew that she was going to die. She closed her eyes, bracing herself for the final blow. But instead of attacking her, the creature spoke to her in a voice that was both strange and familiar. "Emily," it said, "why do you fear me? I am not your enemy. I am your ally." Emily opened her eyes in shock, staring up at the creature in disbelief. "What do you mean?" she whispered. The creature leaned down, its twisted face coming uncomfortably close to hers. "I have been watching you, Emily," it said. "I have seen your struggles, your desires. I know what you seek, and I can give it to you." Emily was confused. What could this creature possibly offer her? "I don't understand," she said. The creature smiled, revealing its sharp teeth. "You want to be free, don't you?" it said. "You want to break away from the constraints of society, to live as you choose. I can give you that freedom, Emily. I can make you one of us." Emily looked up at the creature, trying to make sense of its words. It was offering her freedom, but at what cost? What did it mean by making her one of them? The creature seemed to sense her hesitation. "Don't be afraid, Emily," it said. "We are not monsters. We are simply beings that exist beyond the boundaries of your world. We can offer you a life of true freedom, of pure expression. All you have to do is say yes." Emily stared up at the creature, her mind racing. She had always longed for freedom, for a life free of the constraints of society. But was this the way to achieve it? Was she willing to pay the price? The creature waited patiently, watching her with its piercing eyes. Emily felt as though she were being pulled in two different directions, torn between her desire for freedom and her fear of the unknown. Finally, she made her decision. She stood up, facing the creature with a sense of determination. "I'll do it," she said. The creature smiled, its teeth gleaming in the moonlight. "Good," it said. "You won't regret it." And with that, Emily was swept away into a world beyond her wildest dreams, a world of pure freedom and pure expression. But she would never forget the price she had paid, the price of her soul.